fighting of World War I ended in 1918. I'm going to get emotional today. Okay. Due to the conclusion of the war to end all wars, November 11th became a universally recognized day of celebration. The day was originally declared Armistice Day, 8 years after the end of World War I, and honored only the veterans of that war. Then, in 1954, after World War I, and honored only the veterans of that war. Then, in 1954, after World War II and the Korean War, it was renamed Veterans Day to honor all veterans who served America in war and defended democracy. So today, we honor all of our veterans who unselfishly have placed their lives on the line for our freedom. Those men and women were ordinary people until they heard the call of duty and answered it. They left their families, their homes, and their lives, not for recognition or fame or even the honor that we bestow upon them today. They fought to protect our country and to maintain our way of life. As we honor our veterans and remember their great deeds, let us also salute those who are currently fighting for our freedom. USD 399, Natoma High School and Natoma Elementary teachers and staff welcome you to our program this morning as we thank the veterans and celebrate our freedoms. I'd like to introduce Mr. Bill Seaman.
Good morning. On behalf of our community, I would like to welcome you all to this celebration honoring those who have served our country. And I would join with all of you and I would say, veterans, thank you for your service.
Would you please join me in prayer? Dear Lord, we thank you for bringing us together to honor all of the veterans. We are thankful for them and their service to the United States of America. Be with those gathered here today and throughout this great country that you have blessed us with. In your goodness, you have given us this great nation and established the freedoms we enjoy. Thank you for the brave men and women who have served in our nation's armed forces and defended our land and her people from our enemies. Bless and protect all those who have served, both past and present, and help us express to them the thanks of a grateful nation. In Jesus' name, amen.
Please join me as we recite the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under
Good morning, and thank you for allowing me the opportunity to join you for today's program. Senator Moran regrets being unable to attend to personally pay tribute to the veterans and service members in attendance. However, he asked that I share the following remarks with you all. For more than a century, Americans have gathered each year to remember those courageous souls who have answered the call to serve. We gather together to express our gratitude, and we gather together to remind our children and our grandchildren that because of the sacrifices of our nation's veterans, we have the opportunity to live in the strongest, freest, and greatest nation in the world. To the families and friends of the fallen, and to all the veterans with us today, let me share with you a nation's gratitude. We are blessed to live in a nation where individuals volunteer to defend our country and our way of life, no matter the cost. Today and throughout the entire year, remember that freedom is not free, and we honor our veterans as our true heroes. You continue to be examples of courage, honor, duty, and sacrifice, influencing our lives and inspiring us to be better citizens. We thank God for giving us these heroes, and we ask for his help as we serve one another as citizens of this great nation. Let us commit our lives to preserving this nation for the sake of the next generation, so they too can pursue the American dream with freedom and liberty. God bless our troops and our veterans. We respect you, we thank you, and we love you. Very truly yours, Senator Jerry Moran. Thank you.
Please welcome Mr. Troy Waymaster, our state representative for District 109.
Thank you, and when I arrived this morning, I told Ginger when she greeted me at the front doors that this is probably the best Veterans Day salute that we have, definitely in House District 109, but I would also probably say the entire state of Kansas. It is a great program. I think the entire time that I've served as your state representative, I've attended every year with the exception of the pandemic, but it is a great joy to always come here, and I have to say, Mrs. Hickman, you always do a great job with all of the music, with all the students. It's a great tribute to our veterans. And so I want to say thank you to the veterans that are here today, especially my father, who is a Vietnam veteran. But thank you again for your service. When I was trying to compose my words that I was going to share with you today, I actually came across a poem that I thought was very pertinent to this salute to all of our nation's veterans. The poem is called "It is the Veteran." It is the veteran, not the preacher, who has given us freedom of religion. It is the veteran, not the reporter, who has given us freedom of the press. It is the veteran, not the poet, who has given us freedom of speech. It is the veteran, not the campus organizer, who has given us the freedom to assemble. It is the veteran, not the lawyer, who has given us the right to a fair trial. It is the veteran, not the politician, who has given us the right to vote. It is the veteran who salutes the flag, who serves under the flag, who gave his oath to support and defend the Constitution and our nation against all enemies, foreign and domestic. It is the veteran, with faith in God and country, who has given us all our freedoms. God bless all of the veterans, the United States of America, and the great state of Kansas. Thank you.
Good morning. Thank you for coming to honor our veterans and those who are serving today. Every year, several of our Natoma students participate in essay competitions sponsored by the VFW. Patriot's Pen for middle school students and Voice of Democracy for high school students. Through these competitions, students explore their ideas on patriotism, honor, loyalty to our nation, and sacrifice by our veterans. I am pleased to introduce the 2022 through 2023 Patriots Pen and Voice of Democracy winners from our school. Our first speaker will be Miss Lene Paget. Lene is a freshman, and she was our first place winner in the Patriots Pen competition. Our second speaker is Mr. Grant Young. Grant is a senior and was the first place winner in the Voice of Democracy competition. Please welcome our essay winners.
My pledge to our veterans. In today's society, we forget many small things, like leaving our keys or phones at home. Those things don't really matter, and our forgetfulness doesn't hurt anything until we forget something significant. Our veterans are significant, and we forget them every day. Sometimes we don't even notice that they are veterans. So that's my pledge to our veterans. I pledge to remember, I pledge to notice, and I pledge to use my voice in a positive way. Our country is incompetent when it comes to remembering. We forget many small and big things, and frankly, we need a change. You may ask, how is one little middle schooler going to make a whole country remember our veterans? I can't. At least I can't do it alone. So we, as Americans, have to step up together and help our country remember. Another thing this country isn't the best at is noticing. We're so self-centered that we don't realize what's going on around us. For example, many veterans suffer from PTSD, but we never talk about that. We also tend just to notice what we want to notice, the good things, not the bad things, which doesn't tell us the whole story. So I promise to my veterans to find their whole story and notice what's going on in this world. Using my voice in a positive way has always been a goal of mine. I'm a very opinionated person, so it's difficult for me to realize when I'm not using my voice in a positive way. There is one topic for which I will always use my voice in a positive way. And if you haven't already guessed what that is, it's our veterans. My reasoning for this is I grew up in a very patriotic household, and some would say I was raised right. So that's how I know I can make this promise to our veterans. I told you all these promises, but I haven't told you why I'm making these promises. Some would say I'm just being competitive, but the real reason is for my country, my family, and most of all, my veterans. Our veterans deserve the world. They risk their lives for this country. So the least I can do is hope that my ideas will be shared with many people and will change the way our veterans are treated. Thank you.
So what makes a veteran a veteran? Veterans are people who have served in the military at some point in their lives to protect their country. They risk their lives over countless years. In short, veterans are vital because they followed up on their promise to serve and protect their country with their lives. Veterans of America have fought in countless wars over the years, such as the Revolutionary War, the Civil War, the War of 1800, World War I and II, Korea, Vietnam, Iraq, and Afghanistan, and countless other wars in the last 300 years the United States has been a country. Veterans are important because they have risked their lives to protect countless citizens from threats, both domestic and foreign, who wish to attack us. Veterans have experienced in little time what most of us wouldn't experience in a lifetime. They have seen wars that are brutal and bloody and are left traumatized from it. They have seen cities devastated by the effects of war, and they have had to fight other countries over trivial reasons that shouldn't have been fought over. Veterans usually experience some sort of physical or psychological scars from war and battles, most often PTSD. The problem is that they don't get the credit or the help that they deserve to enable them to deal with all the stress of coming back to civilian life. Our veterans protect and serve this country, their family, friends, and random civilians who can't serve or chose not to enlist. Veterans often serve to have a sense of patriotism and pride in themselves, to say that they protected the country alongside others, and to have a feeling of wholeness which might make them feel complete. Veterans should get much more than what we give them, and we need to be better at showing them the respect they have earned. Veterans often have a hard time readjusting to civilian life once they get out of military service. They have a hard time adjusting due to the emotional trauma of wars and terrorist attacks depending on the time of their service. Some factors that might cause troubles with readjusting are time served, rank achieved, and whether or not they had a clear understanding of their assignment or mission, which could cause more severe psychological trauma in veterans. According to StopVeteranSuicide.org, veterans have an astonishingly 57% high suicide rate compared to most of the populace, and a high 13% poverty rate compared to 6.6% in the rest of the world. Yet, we barely do anything about it, and sometimes neither does the VA. We, the people, also barely help them when they need it, giving them the bare minimum when they gave their all to protect this country from foreign threats. It is sad to see, and it needs to stop. We need to start giving veterans what they need, and this isn't a matter of opinion, but a matter of respect that veterans need to be shown. I firmly believe that veterans should get the help they deserve, no matter how small it is, so that they may have the easiest time possible to readjust. So I believe in this because I have seen firsthand how bad it can be to readjust years after military service. Most veterans can't deal with quiet environments, fireworks, and other sudden, loud noises because of the experience of serving, meaning veterans might not know how to respond to a civilian environment anymore or to their wives and kids, which can cause split families in some instances. I guess what I'm trying to say is that veterans go through so much and can barely get recognition for it. They come back with many problems, possibly no home or family, and sadly, this is what makes a veteran a veteran. Thank you.
Our local American Legion Auxiliary fondly remembers Mrs. Mary Murphy and her devotion to our veterans. An education and scholarship memorial fund in her honor exists to encourage patriotism in our youth. To that effort, we wish to award books from the author David McCullough to our essay winners. Miss Lene Paget will receive The American Spirit, Who We Are and What We Stand For, and Mr. Grant Young will receive the 1776. Please come forward and collect your awards.
I'm proud to be an American, or at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave their right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. If tomorrow all the things were gone I worked for all my life, and I had to start again with just my children and my wife, I thank my lucky stars to be living here today, 'cause the flag still stands for freedom and they can't take that away. And I'm proud to be an American, or at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave their right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this
fourth, and fifth graders, if you'll come and get the flags ready. Third, fourth, and fifth, if you'll just come and get flags ready. I would like to ask our veterans this morning to please stand so that we can recognize you. If you are a veteran, please stand. Thank you for honoring our veterans today. Let us walk toward tomorrow, still honoring them by living in the freedom they protected and still protect. The elementary students, our third, fourth, and fifth graders, will be passing out flags to our veterans to honor their service. We got some more coming. Our elementary students are also making cards for the veterans, which we will mail out to everyone. One more time, let's give an honor with our applause to our veterans. Thank you for taking the time to come today and honor those who have served our country. God bless you all, bless our veterans, and bless the United States of America.